What's going on, everybody? Tis I, Photo Dave, and it's Thursday night, which means it's time for another Toypixx live stream. And real quick, before we get into it, I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna do that because that's a whole lot of red. Anywho, hope everybody's having a good Thursday. Hope everybody's just having a good week, a good 2026, a good life in general. So tonight, what I'm going to be talking about is a little bit about what's going on with Toypixx. All good, all good. No like crazy, no clickbaity thumbnail saying, oh no, I'm gone. No, no, this is all good stuff. And in fact, it's kind of the opposite of I'm gone. You're all going to get sick of me. That probably isn't something I should celebrate, is it? Anywho, we'll be talking a lot about that. We'll be talking about some stuff that maybe came in the mail. Didn't even get an email about it. So real quick, anybody watching this that did order a Super Musk, here's the deal. You might not get an email and it might just show up on your porch. I believe this happened to somebody in the chat. I think it might have been Pixelated. He said the same thing happened to him. So if you haven't gotten your email from Ramen, don't assume that that means this thing's not coming, because I figured out which email address I used and everything else. And yeah, I never got an email about it being shipped. Fortunately, it is here. Unfortunately, because I'm doing the whole YouTube thing and Patreon type videos and all that, I don't get to play with it until I'm ready to make a video with it. So yeah, I want so desperately to open this thing. Anywho, that's pretty much what we got. But beyond that, we're also going to be talking about what you all have been picking up in 2026. And who knows where the conversation will go from there. So now, why don't we jump in, see how ye old chat is doing. I got to get to that window first, of course. Woo, that's a whole lot of chatting. I've decided sci-fi might have some stuff. Greetings and toytations, everyone. Greetings and toytations, sci-fi. Another light week with a few exceptions. Four Horsemen released their Mythic Legions Kickstarter yesterday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The goal was a ridiculously laughable $90,000. $90K in this economy for a 4-colored book of make-believe and maybe some toys to play with? Seriously? It reached its goal at 4 minutes and 4. Oh my God, I knew it hit it fast. I didn't know it was that fast. It reached its goal at 4 minutes and 40 seconds. As of right now, it's at $656,000 and $656,700. So, ladies and gentlemen, go back use some Mythic Legions RPG-ness. I still have to decide what I'm doing for that one. Sci-fi, there's 37 days left before it ends. Apparently, the books are already made and ready to be produced. Jeremy from Four Horsemen said that they plan to have everything shipped out by December of this year. Nice. Ace from Ramen Toys had a live stream a few days ago talking about and showing his Gachemon sets and what needs to be done and retooled. He talked about the Masked Leader helmet that's now up on his site for pre-order for $200. He still can't say anything about the Galaxy Rangers figures yet. Bravestar's buddy, 3030, is still being tweaked, and he's looking forward to showing off some things at ZoloCon this weekend. Or ZoloCon is this weekend. Hang on. Showing some things at... Then he said, ZoloCon is this weekend. So is he going to be at ZoloCon? I do not know these things. So expect news to pick up afterwards. Plus, with the celebration of the Lunar New Year nearing a close, it'll be back to business. That's right. Ace probably won't be at ZoloCon, which means the factories will be firing up again, and product from overseas will start shipping out to our golden shores once more. Almost forgot the Mythic Legions RPG has tiers that are unlocked at certain price points. 2 tiers were unlocked yesterday. Let's see, the final tier is at $1.5 million. Jeremy Gerard is really excited about a surprise figure that unlocks at $1 million. Dear God in heaven, if my bank account would move up Let's see, and quickly, or as quickly as their Kickstarter, within a period of 38 days, with a final goal of 1.5 million, I'd be the happiest geek you ever saw. Holy crap, build that better mousetrap, guys, and you'll get all the cheese. This is what's up, guys. This is why you build things grassroots style, because eventually things just blow up. It's really cool. Sci-fi, sorry, let's see, or so, good lord. Sony has announced that they'll be rebooting their Spider-Man spin-off universe after Kraven the Hunter flopped. Not Madam Web, but Kraven, which, as under par as it was significantly better than Madam Web. Plus, their casting was actually pretty good, and they actually got most of the characters' looks. Have any of the they actually got most of the characters' looks. We'll see. Maybe this is jumping around on us again. Have any in the back? Many Target stores do actually have them in the back. Just show them the code. The cost is $43. I'm assuming you were talking about Hot Rod there, Sci-Fi, but let me know if I'm off. Oh, and the usual rules for Mythic Legions applies to the Kickstarter. The price goes up significantly after it hits retailers. For example, the $3.99 that's currently available will go for $4.90. Oh, wow. Okay, that is a significant jump. At retail, NECA has showed pics of Super Grover. He comes with one extra pair of hands. The letters S and G, and his arms are bendy wire. You can see the air holes in his wrists. Good lord. Sci-Fi 4 Horsemen have also shown pics of their Cosmic Legion's head pack. I noticed that one. Available for pre-order later this year, and it shows the legendary warrior painted head, one with red hair, the other with teal hair. Actually, that teal hair might look kind of cool on the legendary warrior too. Not very barbarian-like, but still, might be kind of fun. Sci-Fi, they come with extra arms and neck pieces. Yeah, those are going to be cool. Jeremy will be attending Muscacon this year, as he did so last year. For those interested, I am interested, and I will be there. It will be fun. Let me know. I'm sure you're going as well, Sci-Fi. Kairos, what's up, sir? Hello. Sci-Fi, let's see. Also among things being released by next week, as today's thumbnail is shown, is MothX's Rogue. Some people have waited close to a year for this. Hopefully, there won't be any further delays, but wait, there's more. While some people are still waiting for Rogue, they've received something much bigger in about the same amount of time, while I still anxiously wait for mine to arrive. Dave, oh dear, you blessed soul, I salute you, sir. Just remember that Ace has put out an instructional video. I did see that, and I will be watching it again when the time comes. Let's see, on how to assemble everything and exactly what type of cable connection to make. Put the screws in snug. Right, he said a couple times, snug, but don't over tighten. Let's see, there you go, not tight, or you risk damaging it. Yep, good call, Sci-Fi. See, tonight's acquired beverage is Canada Dry ginger ale with a strawberry splash. That sounds awfully fancy. I am again going with bubbly tonight. It is cherry bubbly. Yummy. Kairos, it's all fun, man. Let's see. I just had a yogurt. Good man, Kairos. But was it like one of those yogurts, like a Go-Gurt that you can drink, or was it just a regular yogurt? Because, man, we're going drink style here. Load up, get a water. Sci-Fi, Ryan Coogler is doing an X-Files reboot that has been greenlit by Hulu. Coogler is writing and producing the pilot himself. You know, I like Coogler's work, so hopefully he's able to make it work. Kairos, are you George from Four Horsemen? God, wouldn't that be great? Sci-Fi George. Anton, don't worry, Sci-Fi George. I dealt with those aliens again. They're very passive for some reason, and they always want to pester your comments. Yeah, they're not angry aliens. They just want to be a little annoying from time to time. Sci-Fi, nope, not that, George. Thanks, most esteemed Time Lord. See, Kairos, my only connection to Four Horsemen is as a customer and being in a Facebook group. Totally different George from the Four Horsemen. Let's see, Marvel Maximum Collection is coming to Switch, Xbox, PS5, and Steam. The collection includes 13 arcade, console, and classic handheld games. Of course, man. Things are going nuts for that. Sci-Fi, well, that's the bi-weekly rundown for the week. Now, back to you, Dave. Today's rundown has been brought to you by the letters TENC for the esteemed chat. Good letters. I like them. Thank you, Sci-Fi, as always, for everything you just hit us with. I do want to add real quick to the video game news. There was something as I was scrolling through X today, and it was showing like a He-Man fighting game that's supposed to come out in April. They're really making a push. Like Mattel decided this is the year of He-Man, and we're going to make it happen on all fronts. Smart stuff there. So yeah, the characters that I saw, there was He-Man you could play as, She-Ra, Teela, Man-at-Arms. I can't remember if Skeletor. I saw Beastman in there, but I don't know if you were fighting against Beastman. Like, I don't know if you can be good guys and bad guys. I just glanced at it pretty quickly. But if you look online, you might be able to figure some of that stuff out. I thought it was kind of cool. And it's the old school fighting style, like when you go to the arcade, and like the Turtles video games and the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff. Or I'm sorry, it's kind of a side scroller like the Turtles games. It looked good, and it looked old school like that too. Let's see. You should have said, yes, I am. Come on, George. Kyrus has you called out. Kyrus, is Mafex Rogue actually coming out? Anyone know? Mafex Rogue is already in stock at a couple places. I believe Nin Game and Hobby Genki. I have not gotten my notification from Ami yet, but I figured considering she is, let's see, she was due out in April of 2025. So I figure she's awfully close to being a year out of when she is supposed or was supposed to be here. So now that other places have her in stock, I know that just sounded like word salad, go me. But now that other places have her in stock, I imagine I'll be getting my Ami payment notification very soon. And then I'll be able to maybe answer tariff questions or not, because who knows what's happening now. Maybe I waited, maybe Mafex itself was like, we're not going to release Rogue yet. We've had her done for like 10 months, but we're not going to release her yet because we're hoping the tariff situation cools down. They didn't do that, but it's nice to dream, right? I likes it. Sci-Fi 665,994 is the current tally for the Mythic Legions RPG. Guys, okay, here's a quick question for anybody paying attention to the Mythic Legions thing. First off, did anybody here, did you guys get into the RPG stuff? Like, I never did. I tried to with a Marvel game, and I just didn't, which I think I've explained before. I love strategy games, but I just couldn't get into it. But yeah, if I were to go in on the RPG, it would be for the figures. I probably wouldn't get the game. But on the other hand, I do like supporting Legions when I can. I don't know. We'll have to see. The Kickstarter only lasting a little while doesn't help me. Like if they said, hey, this pre-order window lasts for a year, I'd be able to get it no problem. That's a weird kind of pre-order date, though. Kyrus, what about the video game Horsemen are making? Is that still coming out? I don't think so. Is that the one that had to be canceled way back, guys? Remind me, because I think that they had made an announcement saying that they were working with people and it ended up being too cost prohibitive or something like that. I'm not sure. So help me out in the comments. Let's see, Sci-Fi, it's supposed to come out this week from Japan, according to Preternia. Nice. Sci-Fi, the video game is still coming out, according to Jeremy. Oh, really? Okay. Well, hey, that just totally shot what I just said in the foot. Jeremy also said that after the Kickstarter is done, you can expect supplements and adventure books. Supplements like I could probably use some magnesium. This is why I don't make jokes. This is why I make bad jokes, I guess is actually how this works out. And adventure books, the actual stat sheets for known figures in upcoming materials. Also actual stat sheets. That could be cool. Mr. Matson proving that 4-H didn't need a Kickstarter, period, at all. The fact that they actually had the books printed, yeah. But you're still a small, I don't know, man. I mean, I think you're right. And I think they probably know they didn't necessarily need that. But it's nice to get all that up front. I mean, if you're a business, it's smart. But I totally understand what you're saying. They probably, yeah. Yeah, they definitely didn't need it. But on the other hand, was this something they really wanted to do and they didn't just have that much money lying around? And that's a possibility. Sometimes what happens is you just hit this massive groundswell with these grassroots campaigns and you still are hoping things are going to happen. And then boom, it all blows up. And remember, Beathir, the dragon did okay, but I think there was one thing. What was it? Like they had a bunch of tiers, a bunch of unlocks for Beathir, and there were a couple things that took a while to hit. So this wasn't exactly a guarantee, but setting it at 90,000 probably did make it kind of a guarantee too. What's up, Star? Good to see you tonight, sir. Skew, hello to the esteemed chat. What's up, Skew? Good to see you as well. Star, not sure if I mentioned this before, but I'm pretty hyped for Transformers Overgear. Had an idea for lore. If Takara is doing GF Overgear, then maybe Hasbro can cross over with G.I. Joe Overgear. Oh. If they did that, I'd want it to scale with Transformers Overgear. That would be key. And I'm still waiting to find out what the scale, like what they're going to designate the scale for Overgear as. When I looked up the design of Blackout, it looks like it's about 1/60th scale when he's the, when he's the helicopter. So if he's about 1/60th, he fits with Diaclone. And are they going to say that it's 1/60th so now you can jump in on Diaclone too? I don't know, but I'm scared. I'm very scared about that. But yes, if Hasbro did G.I. Joe as well, they'd have to make little G.I. Joe dudes like the Dionauts. But I'd be in. I think that was cool. Skew, Galactus Hungers, Yummy, Tasty Dave, Mystery Box. Where's my Cosmic Salt and Pepper, Dave? Give me my Musk, Galactus. I know. I was saying at the beginning, I haven't been able to open it yet because I got to do videos for Patreon and then do the videos for YouTube and all that stuff. I want so badly to open this. By the way, if you guys did get it, you're getting 2 boxes. It's just this was the smaller one, so I decided to drag that back in here just so you could see it. The bigger one, I would have had to move a lot. As it was, I had to move Devastator and 3 Mythic Legions figures to put it up there. And speaking of things that I have to wait to open until I can have time for the videos, I did end up getting my Akuma in. So I'm pretty excited about that. Add him to the Street Fighter shelf when all's said and done. But yeah, I've got to do the unboxing thing and the reviewing thing for Patreon. Then I got to do the photo thing for YouTube. If I could, I would just make videos all the time. In fact, let me ask you guys something. Now, I couldn't make videos all the time right now. But anyway, but one thing that takes up more time than I ever thought it would are the prompt picks that I do every night, Monday through Friday. And I do them. People seem to like them. There's a lot of engagement as far as like people posting their own stuff, which I love seeing. What would happen if I didn't do those anymore? Would you guys be okay with that? just checking. I'm not saying they're going away, but it has been in the back of my mind of, okay, how do I make more time for more videos? See, Outback, what's up, Jason? G'day, guys. Great to be back for another stream. Hope everyone's doing well. I know I'm doing well. It's good to see you too tonight, sir. Hope you're doing well as well. Mr. Madsen, classifieds are going strong. Savage Crucible are going to kill it this year. Nice. Let me know, guys. What's some of your favorite stuff you've gotten so far? Now, this isn't an official best figures of 20, like for the first quarter, best figures of 2026, but what have you gotten? That's a lot of fun. Star, I had the entire intro to G.I. Joe Overgear already sketched out. Was going to put it in the chat before the show, but kind of long for the comment section. Doubt if Hasbro likes something this dark. Probably not. Hasbro, I'm not sure, likes anything too dark, except Michael Bay movies, oddly enough. Spaded one. Hola, friendos. Hola, sir. Good to see you this fine evening. Skew, sci-fi. Oh, the cheese. That is much cheese. What's going on, Pixelated? Good to see you tonight, sir. Hey, I was talking about earlier how somebody got the Dioraman or the Super Musk just delivered to them in 2 boxes without an email. Was that you? Because if so, same thing happened to me. I just couldn't remember, but for whatever reason, I thought it was you. Sci-Fi Dave, I talked about the Cobra La Royal Guard. A punk with toys showed the barcode on his channel. Okay, got it. Thank you, Sci-Fi. Sorry, clearly I have Hot Rod on the brain. That's a terrible thing, especially when he murdered this guy. Hot Rod, killer, murderer. Anyway, not that I have a strong take on that at all. Let's see. Skew Red Suya lives. Peace to them, to Mr. Manson and Sci-Fi and Hatter and everybody else. Dude, okay, so if you guys saw it, Mad Hatter did a video where he got a bunch of blind box, mini brands from a line called Masterpieces that they have. And I thought, that looks kind of fun. And Mompix decided she wanted to see some, so she bought a few of them. And so I was popping one open, and I noticed, holy crap, I got Napoleon on the Cat, which is just way too much fun. So if you guys, by the way, I always thought mini brands, you got one thing for like $8. There were 5 things in there. It kind of feels worth it for Dio type stuff. So anyway, go out there, look at those mini brands masterpieces. They're kind of fun. And definitely check out Mad Hatter's video where he talks about them. They're really cool. Skew, Dave had a very special episode with Gambit about Rogue being late. To me, my X-Men, it is tonight on a very special Toypixx live stream. Star, can't get the story out of my head. I think my head's going to explode if I don't put it on paper. And no one likes exploding heads in enclosed spaces. It's messy, unsightly, and more than unsanitary. That's fair. The last time, you know what? I'm not going to go there. Mr. Manson, I hope to pick up the Savage Crucible ZoloCon exclusive. Nice. So you're going to ZoloCon or no? I mean, I'm going to assume yes. Skew, the jadiness continues, Star. Someday, soon. Trademark. I love the retro games, He-Man and G.I. Joe, etc. Bring them on. Thundercats, maybe not yet. Wouldn't that be fun if they started doing that with all the games, though? Oh, I remember those, like going to the arcade and just the big time button mashers. That was good times. Uncarded, what's up, sir? Waiting is the easiest part. You know, when you know they're coming, when you know that Rogue is going to show up, it's not so bad. Star, Skew, I'm feeling lost. Master June has abandoned us. He's laughing at us from behind the steel vault doors of his safe room. Too good to be true. I knew it. My fault for daring to dream. Now, when Brick came in, he did say that, I can't remember, is it WonderCon that's in March? I can't remember which convention it is, but he said towards the end of March, Jada is supposed to be at that con. So, yeah, we've got another month or so to go, but we'll hear something. Oh man, I can't recall the exact details, but I saw something recently about a GoFundMe campaign for Roger Sweet, the creator of He-Man and Motu, for some kind of medical issues. I should have read more into it. I saw the image, but the image I saw said that it was funded. So he hopefully can get whatever treatment that he had coming up. Hopefully he's able to pull it off now. Sci-Fi, I've played RPGs since '84, D&D, Mech Warrior, Cyberpunk, Marvel Superheroes, DC Heroes, and tons of others. Okay, so this is right up your alley, Sci-Fi. I was just wondering, Skew, late to me, my X-Men. All right, Pixelated, that's all right. Sci-Fi, I'm not about, it's not about need, it's about greed. I mean, what? That's the ticket. Kyrus, what's up, sir? Akuma, yes, Mr. Madsen. I'm pretty excited about that one. I'm going to try. So what I want to do, I think I told you guys before, I want to do the Under the Lights episodes every Sunday or every week somehow. And so I would like to get this guy filmed and up for Sunday. But man, that's going to be tough because I also want to get another video up for Saturday morning. I'll talk about that a little later. And then I've got to start recording for the Musk, probably start recording this weekend so I can get part 1 up on Tuesday and part 2, which will have more to do with taking the photos, on Wednesday. So there's going to be Toypixx streams or just me streams in theory from Saturday to Thursday, which that's what I'm saying, guys. There's going to be a lot of me. Star, hey, Kyrus. Thank you, Star. Harry, anyone else having fun with the mini brands masterpieces? See, that's what I'm saying. That I am. See, I posted Akuma versus Heihachi pick tonight. Ooh, we might go check that out. Skew pixelated Magneto. Let's see, Gambit. Magneto 2 Gambit. Rookie. Magnetism offers various protections. Oh dear. Mr. Madsen, I've got Night Vipers versus Stalker and Tunnel Rat coming. Nice. The Night Vipers look good. Stalker, let's see. Which Stalker is it? Because I knew, so they did the original, like the first classified one, and then they did the retro. Is it one of those that's showing up, or are they doing another Stalker I somehow didn't know about? Tunnel Rat should be fun too. Kyrus, I got the Reveltech Harley, bought it today on Ami. Nice, Kyrus. She looks crazy. Like that Harley is probably the one that looks the craziest of all the Harleys I've seen, which is perfect for that character. Uncarded Mythic RPG, let's go! It's RPG. That Royal Guard is pretty fun. So is Akuma. Yeah, I can't wait to mess with Akuma. That's gonna be a blast. Uncarded Hot Rod is the Flint equivalent of the Transformers universe. He's more like, let's see, if I try to be nice here, would Hot Rod be Falcon? No, because that would make Optimus Duke. That doesn't work. No, I'll have to workshop that. Skew, peace to Mom Picks. Yeah, she found the good stuff, man. Outback, those daily prompt posts are great, but I'm sure it'll be fine if you had to cut back a bit. Maybe a couple times a week instead of every day. Maybe I can make that that's not a bad call. Skew and Toypixx. Yep, WonderCon. Got it. Thank you, Mr. Manson. I thought so, but I wasn't 100%. I used to play a lot of RPGs. I had tons of books in the 90s, early 2000s. Just don't have that much free time for it now. Yeah, I get that too. Star, I wonder what it would be like to have an 80s Universal crossover with Motu, Thundercats, TMNT, Transformers, Silverhawks, Bravestar, G.I. Joe, all in the same Universal story. 80s in Endgame style. Oh, Star. Okay, first off, either everyone you listed except Transformers there would have to be like an inch to an inch and a half size, like height, or the Transformers would have to be ginormous. But either way, that just sounds like fun. And one of the things that is happening right now that I really appreciate is so much stuff is going to 112 scale. I mean, Mezco's going to do Thundercat. So hold on, let's go through this list here. All right. We know Motu's going to be in 112 scale or 6.5, which is close to domestic 112 scale. Thundercat, same deal with Mezco. TMNT, I would assume they're going to go with that same scale just because it's Mattel again. Transformers, they're the ones that are a little like you need really big Optimus and really big. You need a huge Transformer. Like they'd all have to be 18 inches to 2 feet tall. And that's probably not great for 112 scale. Let's see, Silverhawks, Bravestar, okay, G.I. Joe. So the only human characters that we're missing in that story are Silverhawks and, oh, wait, I was going to say Bravestar, but the Marshall's out there, isn't he? Oh, man. Okay, so Silverhawks is about it. Everything else we can use. Pixelated Hound should be hitting target in the U.S. on Sunday, March 1st. Yeah, and I've got to find that Hound. I got to find Hound. Hound and Scourge. I need those two. I've got Hot Rod on pre-order. I was lucky like that. But those two need to be found. Skew, yes, Star, please. Skew, SNL Connery voice, ginormous Transformers for $1,000. Your mother, Trebek. Let's see. I'm trying to, how did Will Ferrell's Alex Trebek voice it wasn't even imitating Alex Trebek. It was just trying to be as lame as he could possibly be. Let's see. Never mind. That would be Connery saying that. Ginormous Transformers for $1,000. Your mother, Trebek. That was bad. That was bad. I shouldn't try and roll it all together. Are the Super 7 Silverhawks not the 112? I think Super 7 tends to be 1/10 scale pixelated. Anybody that's got them, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're usually right around 7 inches tall. Star, I was thinking just about a universal story. Wasn't even thinking of figures for it. How would the lore actually work? There needs to be a main character that links all these together. I mean, Flint is obviously the one. So Flint links everybody together, Star. That's basically how it is. You follow the backstory of Dash Fairborn, Chief Fairborn, the warrant officer of G.I. Joe, as he leads the troops into battle, and suddenly all kinds of these weird creatures teleport out. This, of course, takes place on Earth because no movie studio would make this story without it at least starting on Earth. So maybe we could go to different places like Thundera, which ended up being Earth, didn't it? Like later on. Let's see. Yeah, we start with Flint as the main guy. He's leading people against Cobra right there. And suddenly a big burst of light comes from the sky, and Silverhawks and Thundercats and all these other characters just fall through. Good times. And then somehow Bravestar just comes riding in on his horse. Let's see, Skew 7-inch. Okay, thank you, Skew. I thought so, but after Pixelated asked that, I'm like, have I been living under the wrong impression all this time? Mr. Madsen, Netflix backs out of Warner Brothers deal. Paramount may win the bid to buy all of Warner Brothers. Man. So, that's interesting the way that all played out, isn't it? I mean, it looked like when I was on X just before this, it looked like they were talking about Paramount was going to take it now because of Netflix backing out and all that. So it probably just has to pass DOJ approval. And I know from what I've heard, it sounds like theaters, it's basically a stay of execution for theaters if Paramount ends up with Warner Brothers. But if Netflix had gotten it, then theaters would have basically just been wiped out almost instantaneously because no matter what Netflix says, the idea is, yes, but once we have it, we can totally go back on what we said because why wouldn't they? They're a huge corporation. We know how that works. Pixelated. If we can't get the TFs at 1/12 scale, then I'd accept 1/12 mask vehicles. Ooh, that would be fun too. And we didn't even throw mask in that list, Star. Skew, same scale as Motu Classics and Thundercats, about 1/10 or a tenth, or a tiny bit smaller. Have Thundercats and some Motu Classics want upgrades. I don't know about Classics. I never got Motu Classics, but I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing out of Mattel right now for He-Man. We might get upgrades. Pixelated, Paramount owning WB is the worst possible timeline. Do you think so? Like, I'm wondering, because it sounds to me like the benefit of Paramount owning them is we keep movies in theaters longer. But the benefit of Netflix owning them, there wasn't as much benefit for that. Like, that's at least what I was hearing. I didn't get into it. I didn't get way into the weeds. But from what I hear, the good part about this is a stay of execution for movie theaters. See, Mr. Manson, Netflix owning Warner would have been worst. Anton, Mask is coming to Dynamite as a new comic book, part of their new Energon universe. I saw that. I gotta get to work on reading stuff. Star, sorry, Dave, but Flint is the one who sides with the GOA and betrays the Joes in G.I. Joe Overgear. The Joes that are still alive and quite old now are never going to forget what he did to them all. Well, now what he does, he betrayed them for a reason. Actually, what happened, Star, is if he had to do that, he had to do that to save humanity and the Earth. That's what happened, because he's really just infiltrating the GOA. They don't know it. They don't know that he's really a spy there. And there are some characters in G.I. Joe that understand what's going on, but they're the highest level. They had to know because people had to know to pull Flint out of there if necessary. But yeah, don't worry. Flint's always doing things for the right reasons. Skew, yes, Dave. Monty Burns, 101 excellent Smithers. Go back on their word. Yep. That's what I think would happen, honestly. Anton, yeah, theaters would have been wiped out by that. We'll see what happens. See, Anton, you mean Skybound. That's right. That's right. I said Dynamite. Yep. Pixelated. Paramount ownership hasn't proven they can run one studio, then why should they own two? I mean, that's fair. I haven't been paying attention. Like, I'm not a Star Trek guy, but I know that that show is getting just absolutely obliterated right now. So who knows? I don't know. All I know, all I've really heard that makes total sense in my head is stay of execution for the movie theater industry. So hopefully Paramount, hopefully they care. Like that's the one thing is I know they're owned by a tech company too. Hopefully what goes on is somebody stops listening to just algorithms and starts getting creative, starts bringing in a lot of that older IP to make it awesome no matter what. If it's not a done deal, here's hoping Netflix does it, but it sounds like Paramount's got it. I just want good stories again. It's been a long time. Good stuff that's new, something I haven't seen. And I'll be honest, for the past probably 15 years, I've been saying to people, yeah, I feel like I've seen this movie before. There's very little that comes out that's actually original story-wise. It's all how you handle the characters in the story, you know? Yes, Anton, got it. Yeah, skew. They better not track it up. Ready to stop them cold. Skew dance battles linger, Star. Star, the Joes spoke about how uncomfortable they felt at seeing Flint getting so close to that GOA agent with a serpent tattoo on the inside of his right forearm, the same guy who later became governor of the prefecture. See, that's what I'm saying. Flint saw that snake tattoo and decided, okay, I got to stop this, but I'm not going to be able to stop it from the outside. I got to get in there. Pixelated. Netflix is a properly run business, and the online model means they have incentive to preserve the IP and make it available perpetually. Shorter theatrical windows are happening regardless. That's true, and that is true. But the one thing that I wonder is eventually they just straight up not put it in theaters. And this might give, and this is like 4D chess that maybe nobody's playing. It's just in my sick brain here. It might give other studios the thought that, you know what, screw Netflix. We're going to maybe cut back on our streaming and leave our movies in the theaters for a little while longer so we can make some real money off this stuff. And hopefully, because I mean, their subscribers, Netflix is at that point right now, I think, where you're not going to get many new subscribers. All they're going to be able to do is start charging more for the content. And at that point, people are going to start to be like, I don't know if I want to sit around here and just hang out on Netflix, because most of what they produce is crap. So we'll see. I mean, like I've heard, it sounds like most of what Paramount produces is crap as well. So I guess what I'm hoping is that whoever comes out with it does it right, treats Warner Brothers correctly, you know? Mr. Madsen, Netflix can't make a season 2 of anything without ruining it. I know I've heard Stranger Things 5 isn't great, but here's the problem with all of it. With streaming, at least one of my thoughts about what the problem is, it takes like 2 or 3 years to record a season 2, and by then all the momentum's lost. So that's kind of craziness. Anton, I've heard nothing but bad things about Starfleet Academy. What does everybody else think? I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Star, none of the Joes who remain have heard from the old man or Snake since their disappearance when the GOA assumed power over the U.S. They were forced to turn in their weapons. Junkyard was put down. Well, that ain't cool. And let's be honest, this is a future where Junkyard was probably really dead anyway. So that's the only way I can wrap my head around that part. The only way I can kind of softly maneuver my Flint story is if Junkyard was already gone. It might have been a new Junkyard, but nobody likes the second run guy. It's like Hot Rod, new Junkyard, Hot Rod. Nobody likes that guy. Let's see, forced to turn in their weapons, but the old man or Snake. So what happened was Flint's infiltrating, Snake's on the inside to make sure nothing bad happens to Flint. I think we got this. I think we're right in line here, Star. As a weapon, wait a sec. No. Junkyard was put down as a weapon? Netflix ruined Cowboy Bebop, The Witcher, Arcane, etc., etc., etc. I don't know enough. Uncarded, Flint saw that snake tattoo and said, honey, I'm home. False. Mr. Madsen, Anton, have you not been on the internet? Starfleet Academy is the worst TV series ever created. Not just the worst Star Trek created so far. There's nothing Star Trek about it. I heard the same thing about The Acolyte. Okay, so, all right. Now, I did watch The Acolyte, and I did not enjoy The Acolyte for many reasons. I thought it was pretty bad, but help me out. Okay, those of you who have seen Starfleet Academy and The Acolyte, is Starfleet Academy really worse than The Acolyte? And now, bear in mind, I'm not somebody that knows that much about Star Trek, so I wouldn't be the lore guy. So I'm curious from some of you who are the lore guys. See, SFA has the dumbest writers and characters ever. Oh, Starfleet Academy, this is sadness. Anton, wow, ouch. I saw some clips of it. It did look really interesting. Oof. General Hawk wouldn't bend the knee to the GOA, so he was made an example of with a public execution. The Joes disbanded soon afterward, leaderless and in disarray. They don't even know of TFs. Well, clearly that was what the final straw was for Flint. He's like, no, these guys don't get away with this anymore. Even if I have to make it look like I'm an enemy of the Joes, I'm going in there. Snake Eyes, come on, let's stop these guys from the inside. Because you can't stop an entity like that by just shooting them. There's always somebody you don't know about. Mr. Madsen, sorry, I misread your comment, and no worries, man. Skew, no one messes with the Wharf PR. Let's see, the Wharf or the Cisco, they better run for it. Oh, no. Outback, in terms of original ideas and original stories, I thought Sinners from last year was a fantastic movie, and it wasn't relying on a big IP or nostalgia factor, etc. I have heard that Sinners was great. I want to see that, and I also heard Weapons was really good, so I want to check those out, or that out as well. Pixelated, the amount of money Paramount needed to do this means they have to be profitable. That leads to production of massive tentpole pictures and Sure Bets being the only pictures in theaters. Yeah, sadly, that's what everybody's doing right now. Hopefully, they get some real writers in the room. I don't know. I'm just hoping. Like I said, I'm just hoping whatever happens is the best possible thing to happen. Like, I know that I did hear nobody really wanted either one to get them. But without either one, Warner Brothers was DOA. So somebody had to pick it up. So yeah, I'm just, like I said, I didn't get into it that deep. I'm just hoping that whoever's got it ends up treating the properties correctly. Let's see. Do not Dave laugh either. What? What did I do? Not what? Working Mistra? What? Oh yeah, Skew. Mistreatment. Also, Worf and Cisco tampered with. No more. That's it. Over. Anton, that's okay. Pixelated. I've only watched the first episode of Starfleet Academy, so I can't weigh in good faith. Makes sense to me, man. Star, the Joes are all near elderly. Their children are taken and forced into either military service or forced labor as determined by the GOA. Their families are broken and many have already passed away. That's what Snake Eyes is doing. He's in there saving the ones he can. Flint knew that bad things were going to happen. He's like, I can't stop this. So what I have to do is infiltrate it. Outback, yeah, Weapons was cool too. Sweet. Yeah, I want to see those two. Anton, Sinners is a really, really good movie, and you actually care about the characters when we get to the last act. That's important. That's really important because a lot of times that does not happen. Cisco, tiny keyboard. Sorry, y'all. No worries. I've heard the name Cisco. Anton, I did a review and it's on my podcast. His podcast is called Anton Knows Everybody. Skew, yes, Sinners is good. Facts. Nice. All right, guys, I did want to show you. So you've seen that I got Akuma. You know Rogue will be here eventually. The Dioraman, the Super Musk needs to be done. Something else I did, and this is why I'm going to have to start leaning heavily into video. And some of you have seen this, I believe. Let me see here. I made another YouTube channel. So, for those who get into the whole talking about Transformers and all that stuff, I wanted to let you know that Botpix is now something that I have as well. Now, remember last week, I think it was, oh my God, I got an envelope in the mail, or I got something in the mail. I'm really excited about it. It was good news. It was the official thing from the official notice from the state of Michigan saying that I do have Botpix as an assumed name. So I made sure I've got the URL, I've got the X handle, which I've posted some on X already. I've got the YouTube, I've got Instagram. So yeah, man, Botpix is a go. It's going to gear. Remember, I've talked a little bit about how I just wanted to get Transformers that you could find at Amazon, Walmart, Target, and all that. I want to make this a big time family thing. So we really get a lot of people. Like, that will attract a ton of people into checking it out. If you make sure that it's really family friendly, I make sure that everything's a lot of fun. I make sure that the figures that they see on screen are readily available, that kind of deal. So I'm pretty excited to start off with Botpix. So right now the order would be, I want to film a video for Botpix and get that up Saturday. Then I want to get the Under the Lights episode for Akuma done for Sunday, live stream Monday. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, if all goes according to plan, I'm not guaranteeing I can pull this off, but if I can do it, Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be the Super Musk videos. And then Thursday, another live stream. And then we go from there. So I did want to let everybody know that Botpix is a thing. I was very excited about this one because I think with this one, we can get a lot more people. It'll be focusing on smartphone photography instead of just basic photography. So it's basically anybody that's ever heard of Transformers, anybody with kids that are into Transformers, grandkids, uncles, aunts, all that have nieces and nephews, just babysitting your best friend's kids, that have them. You can bust out your smartphone, learn how to do some of this stuff. It's really going to be easily accessible. So that was kind of the big priority for me when it came to Botpix. So if anybody's into that, we'll get to shooting. And when it comes to the Patreon, that's where I'll do more behind the scenes. That's where I'll do more reviews. It's kind of the same as Toypixx unboxings. And Patreon is where I'll be opening figures like the Overgear figures and things that aren't so readily available on Amazon and Walmart and Target. So anyway, I wanted to let you all know that Botpix is a thing. All right, let's get back in here. Pixelated Children of Joe's, like the Fairborn lady in season 3 of Transformers. That's Flint and Lady J's kid. I know. Marissa Fairborn. See, Spaded, I haven't watched any of these movies. I was going to just rewatch Freddy Got Fingered tonight, but I guess I'll watch Sinners or something. Nice. Yeah, Sinners and Weapons were the ones that I heard were big time, so I want to check those out. Uncarded, Sinners is a bit overrated. The Hard Cut YouTube channel has a very good review of the movie. Oh man, don't say that, Uncarded. Mr. Madsen, Starfleet Academy is worse than... Oh no. Oh, I died a little. Now I feel really bad for Trek fans. Oh, Mr. Madsen, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, I'm legit speechless, guys, thinking about that because I remember how miserable I was. Like, I was that person that was hate watching The Acolyte. Like, I wasn't watching it because I enjoyed it. I was watching it because I wanted to see what kind of idiocy would come out of the screen next. Ugh. Spaded, hear me out. Botpix should build a Gundam. That would be fun. That would be kind of fun. I might. If I do, that would be on the Patreon. Skew, Botpix, salute till all are one and horrible writers are none. Facts. Oh, and the freebie on Botpix, by the way, and I might do this for Toypixx as well. Because I have that photo room app, what I'm going to do to make things exceptionally easy for people is I'm going to take pictures of figures and then I'm going to remove the backgrounds and just put them up there as PNG files. So that if you, say, want an Optimus Prime in your pictures, but you don't have Optimus Prime, you can grab that PNG file and drop it in one of your photo editing apps on your phone. So that's something that I think is a fun freebie I can start furnishing for Toypixx. And like I said, I think I could probably do that for Toypixx as well. So yeah, good times. Star, the old man arrives after having met with Field Commander Optimus and the remaining Autobots and brought many disillusioned GOA recruits. He convinces the old Joes to train the next generation. All right, that part always sounds good. I always like seeing the next people coming up. Mr. Madsen, we talked about both shows in depth on our YouTube show, along along with a Night of the Seven Kingdoms and all other pop culture stuff every Tuesday night. And what's that called again, Mr. Madsen? Help me out. Let's pimp everybody's stuff, man. Let's make sure we're all helping each other out when we can. Pixelated, that's a good question. If it's TFs, you can get easily. Does that include the model kits? I was thinking of leaving it to Hasbro. So like just the regular Transformers. But I might expand a little bit to the model kits if you're talking like YOLO Park and what are the little blockies? Yeah, that might be something that I use too. We'll see. We'll see what people get into. Thank you, Skew. I appreciate that, man. See, Skew, the one chat. We would call it the one. And maybe a chat happens on there as well. I don't know. I really want to make sure it's family friendly is the thing. So sometimes I know you guys are great, but sometimes I'm kind of like, oh man, how crazy do I want to get here? Let's see, instead of a Steam chat. I like that too. Spaded one. Wait. New Baki season is out today. Oh boy, I know what I'm doing next. I'm gonna have to, man. I have so much to catch up on. I need to stop doing new things so I can catch up on the pop culture stuff. Anton, Sinners is worth watching. I'm interested in Hamlet, that movie about William Shakespeare. If it's about Shakespeare, what is it? Is it called Hamlet, Anton, or Hamnet? I'd be good with either one, really, if it's about Shakespeare. Mr. Madsen, overweight Street Fighter cadet to EMH. Let's see. I think I swallowed my comm badge. EMH. Oh, no, really? Oh, okay. Not good. Not good. So you're talking that's the Starfleet Academy. Anton, hang in there, everybody, because Invincible and Daredevil are coming in March. So we have got stuff to look forward to. Nice. Channel is Pop Blender, shows the evening blend. Got it. Okay, guys, Mr. Madsen's doing some chatting about shows on a channel called Pop Blender. Make sure we're checking that out. Star, the Acolyte, Starfleet Academy. Well, there goes my childhood. This is why we need to build our own lore. Can't rely on Hollywood anymore. They're dead and we're all that's left. Yeah. Outback, I'll admit, I'm a very casual Star Wars fan, and I'm definitely not saying Acolyte was the best show ever, but I just didn't think it was that bad. Ducks for cover. Man, I gave what I heard. I think, honestly, I probably said the worst thing I heard about that show when I basically just said, I don't want anyone who is in charge of any of these creative decisions to work anywhere in Hollywood again. And I don't want to see their names anywhere when they decide or when they have to go to other industries to work. I don't want to see their names on anyone else's website. You know, that kind of thing. I want Leslie Headland, for instance, to maybe be working in a back room somewhere, just working on code. I don't ever want to see that name again. That's how I was about the Acolytes. But I totally get from somebody that didn't watch or isn't the hardcore Star Wars person. I get why Acolyte might not have been that bad. So no worries, Jason. You're safe, man. Spaded one, the Mortal Kombat 2 movie trailer looks like they're missing the point all over again. I have not seen it. Let's see, Star fan films for both Trek and Wars have been amazing. That's how it's done. I'm telling you, Disney and probably Paramount now are looking at those fan films, figuring out what's popular and getting ready to make their own. Mr. Madsen, I don't know. Mortal Kombat 2 movie and Street Fighter movie looks good to me. I saw one trailer for Street Fighter and it looked a little goofy. So I don't know. I don't think of Street Fighter as goofy, but we'll see what else is going on. I'm not saying I'm against it. I just wasn't sure when I saw it. Spaded one, Mr. Manson, I really didn't like the first Mortal Kombat reboot. Too many changes, and Cole just sucked. Street Fighter, I'm waiting to see more of, but it feels like a meme already. Ugh. Mr. Manson, if you want to laugh, watch Fackham Hall. There was a truly funny British comedy movie. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Anton, it's called Hamnet. It's about William Shakespeare wrote. Got it. Okay, I knew that he wrote Hamlet, but that's why I was like, wait, Hamlet. That's why I was thrown. But thank you, Anton. I will. I'll see about that. That's interesting. Pixelated pop culture is a funny thing. We had people mad at Hasbro for introducing a guy with a pet dinosaur. I've recently started a rewatch, and G.I. Joe was ridiculous. It was cool because we were 10. You know what? G.I. Joe was ridiculous, but it was so much fun. And like, I heard that people were sitting there saying bad things about coming out with a guy with a dinosaur. That dude was my favorite G.I. Joe reveal. Like, that was so cool to me, especially because they do such a good job. That dinosaur looked awesome. So yeah, I mean, on the other hand, I always feel like Cobra Law was too much. But for some reason, no, we can clone dinosaurs now. I'm pretty sure somebody's working on it. So I'm feeling okay with that. But yeah, and you're right. Pop culture fandom is strange. You get to the point where I would think as a creative for any of these companies, you just have to ignore the message boards. And the only time to really get on the message boards is after you present something so you can see what the feedback is. And then if it's serious feedback, if just everybody's saying the same thing, then you think, okay, so they didn't like this. How do we course correct a little bit? But yeah, I think you just throw something you think is cool at the wall and hope people like it. And I personally thought that was really cool. If only it had extra hands. Pixelated, also ducks for cover. No, you're good, man. Spaded, new MK2 trailer is all Johnny Cage. A lot of jokes, cool fights, new characters. Cole is nowhere to be found. I gotta find that. Clearly. Star, it is conceivable that Earth can make its way into the Star Wars universe as it's subtly suggested in Star Wars already. I don't want to hear that. No. Star Wars galaxy far, far away. Spaded one. It has the same vibe as the second Bay TMNT movie where they almost like apologized for the first one and delivered Krang, Bebop, and Rocksteady. That's not, no. That's kind of like the second TMNT movie from, what was that? The first one came out, was it 90 or 91? And then its sequel, it was like an apology tour too. Anton, the new Spider-Man movie and the new Toy Story movie look pretty good. I need to see a trailer about Spider-Man. The Toy Story, I haven't seen Toy Story beyond the first one. Mr. Madsen, Spider Noir, I want to see just for Nick Cage. Toy Story, I have little faith in Disney for anything. We will see. Yeah, I was going to say at least Disney made the first one, but they didn't. That was Pixar. That was before Disney. I mean, it might have been after Disney bought them that it was put in movie theaters. But on the other hand, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it was produced outside of Disney, and then Disney bought them and put them out there. But I don't remember for sure. So anyway, that's the big stuff. We got the Dioraman. We got Botpix just started up. We got Akuma sitting here. We got all kinds of stuff. So I will say right now, let's close this out. Why is that? Okay, all right, we should be good. I don't know what else. I think that's about it for what I've got coming. Rogue will be here. So my first two figures, actually, of this year will be Rogue and Akuma. And Rogue, I've waited so long for, I can't help but think she's just going to disappoint the crap out of me. Just because you wait that long, you're going, this figure better be perfect. And we already know if they keep the hair the way she was in the solicitations, she's not perfect because you can only really pose her in a couple different ways. Mr. Madsen, Disney acquired Pixar around Toy Story 3. Okay, good. then never mind. See, this is me being a bad nerd again. I like that I established early on that I'm a bad nerd, because this way, whenever I say something wrong, I can just be like, bad nerd. What do you think? Think that works in my favor? I don't know. This is my first sip of bubbly because I just opened it. Sorry, guys, you've heard my stuff right now. I want to hear yours. What's been your favorite thing so far about just pop culture in general, action figures, whatever you want? Let me know what's been your favorite stuff that's shown up in 2026. Star, the last Hollywood film that I really enjoyed was Bumblebee. Bumblebee was good. I was impressed with Bumblebee. Bumblebee is, aside from 86, my favorite Transformers movie. Seems that it's up to Toho Studios to get me back into the theaters now. It doesn't look like Hollywood is up to the task anymore. Yeah. And before anybody goes out there and says, yes, but Bumblebee didn't perform well at the box office, that's because everything leading up to Bumblebee got way, way worse. So by then, people were like, yeah, I'm not going to go see another Transformers movie. So the fact that it did as well as it did is actually a testament to just how good Bumblebee was. It's kind of the same deal with Transformers 1. Rise of the Beast comes out, and you're like, do I really want to watch another Transformers movie? Outback, I didn't want to jinx it or anything, but it looks like there's been no delays on the chat, or with the chat freezing up today. I know. I've noticed that too. I'm kind of excited about that. Pixelated, there are too many stories about executives at the highest levels of Disney making decisions about Marvel and Disney that it's tough to know which creatives are good or bad. Yeah, and oh man, the executives, you never know. Like, you do need a balance. I know you need a balance. You need a balance of the creative people and a balance of the execs, the business people. But sometimes, whenever, it always feels like when the balance is tilted one way, just bad stuff ends up getting produced. And now we throw in, beyond the execs, beyond the creatives, now we throw in the algorithm. And the algorithm can only work on it's like AI. It can only work on what's been done in the past. Like, what did people like previously? Because if we make something like that, we should do well. So there's nothing that's allowing for the future. So yeah, it's crazy. It's going to be the first CEO that says, all right, guys, we know that we've got to put some sequels out there. We know that there's some really popular stuff, but we also know we better try something new or this industry is dead. It's going to be the first CEO that figures that out and puts out something worth watching. But we'll see. And at this point, a lot of people, like, I haven't seen one in a long time that Hollywood's done that I thought was just mind-blowing. So at this point, maybe people are just burned out on Hollywood in general. And even if the movie's good, it doesn't do well. I don't know. I hope it does, though. I hope whatever happens, things get better. Anton, yes, Spider-Man Noir looks really cool, and then the new Batman series that's on Amazon is pretty good too. We'll see a new season of that very soon. Is that the one? Well, did it have 10 episodes? Like, it had a season 1. Was it last year or the year before? Pixelated, X-Men 97 is a great example of aging up the content to match those who watched the first series. It is. And I think that kids could get involved with that too. Like, that's what you want. You want to be able, at least I think, I say these like they're certainties, but I would think you want to hold on to the old guard while making it cool enough for the new guard to come in, you know? Anton, I can fix that, Dave. I'll just take it back in my TARDIS. But you see every popular culture movie up to date, and then it'll be like you never left. See, that sounds all right. I'd be okay with that, Anton. Well, my favorite thing right now is I'm going to get a Tegan action figure that he ordered for me. Really? Tegan. Is that a Doctor Who thing? And if you haven't been reading what Dynamite has been doing, I suggest you read Thundar the Barbarian. Issue 2 comes out next week. Has it been really good, Anton? Because you guys are killing me. I'm going to have to figure something out here. Let's see. The Thundar and his friends are back together again, but all the old enemies have gathered against them. He's been a thorn in their side for too long, and now they've recovered the moon dial. Ooh, sounds moony. And they want to go back in time and erase Thundar and their friends. Okay, all right. I read the first issue of Gargoyles and Darkwing Duck. It's a really strange team up. A lot of people were complaining that superheroes always fight when they meet. Well, I guess you haven't been reading. No, maybe, so they didn't throw down, huh? What was it? Did you guys see that Jim Lee was actually saying that one of the problems with comics is the fact that they've only really been dealing with superheroes? So Gargoyles and Darkwing Duck might be pretty good. Like he was talking about how that's the only genre we really deal with. And then he compared it to manga and said they deal with all kinds of genres and they're killing it. So I don't know. I mean, when comics tried to be all kinds of genres, what was it, the 40s or the 50s? Then it's like it was doing okay, but then the superhero boom happened and everybody went that way because of how much they loved it. So is it time to kind of go back? Like we talk a lot about cowboy stuff on here. Like not a lot, but we brought up like it would be cool to get old Western figures and all that. Is it time to return to the Old West for stories in comics, maybe movies too? Star, for me, movies are an escape for me. The last thing I want to do is have loads of real world crap jammed into my escapism. Hollywood keeps doing that. Now I need an escape from my escapism. You know what? I do agree some with that as well. It's also why I've been staying off of social media except to post. Like I've really cleaned up my feed on X, like Twitter. I'm actually enjoying because I've cleaned up my feed to the point where almost every post is relevant. But for me personally, I don't get on my Facebook anymore because everything is Monday morning politicians and I just don't care. I don't want to hear it. I want to, if I'm going to be on social media, I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to sit there and just get all this rage bait fed to me all the time, And Hollywood kind of fires off the rage bait. Anton, it is really good. The art is really terrific, and it's all about Morgana and Demona and what holds she has on her. Morgana. Is it Morgan? I think you're talking to Morgan, right? And then Demona. I know Demona. Let's see. Never whistle past the graveyard, guys. It's a good tip. Spaded. Dang it, Mezco just announced a new Gomez 1975 going up for pre-order tomorrow. A Gomez 1975? Wait, is he going to be like the one they did with the afro? Anton, yes, it was called Batman the Cape Crusader. Okay. Let's see. I want to know now. Where did they say stuff? Now I'm curious here. Let's go to. Hang on. Don't worry. I'll be there. I'll walk you through what I'm doing. And in fact, we need to find Mr. Matson's stuff anyway. Go to Mezco, show me Mezco toys. Hang on, guys. Here we go. And that is a 1975 Gomez, I would say. Coming February 27th. I don't even know. What do you even say about this thing? I think my chuckling is about all I can say about this Gomez. Like I'm sitting here saying, man, I think the Spy Gomez was perfect. I'm sitting here saying the Mork Gomez was fun just because it was Mork. But I need a Gomez. And then they break this one out. And I'm not sure this is the direction that I need, but it's hilarious. Like this is just a funny figure, which makes it tempting, of course. Anton, X-Men 97 was really good, but very heartbreaking because what Rogue does, her hand over her jacket and said, I'm not an X-Men anymore. Yeah. And when she said the thing about Gambit, she can't feel him. Like, I can't remember what she said, but yeah, I mean, it was tough. But keep in mind what many of us saw when we were kids, Like I think X-Men 97 is a good gateway. Spaded one. Yep, Afro Gomez, but in brown pants and red leather jacket. I have the first all black version of this fig, and it's one of the best accessory spreads I've ever seen. Oh, man. Killing me. Star, I agree with your ideas on comics going back. My favorite comic of all time was the Alien Legion. Nope, no superheroes there. Just straight up courage, friendship, sacrifice, and combat in space. See, that sounds cool. I think it's one of the things, actually thinking back to what Jim Lee said about all that, I think it's one of the reasons that X-Men took off so well, at least when Claremont was writing it, is because he treated them as characters. Like, I look at Captain America and I know his name is Steve Rogers, but right away my brain goes Captain America, right? I look at Wolverine and I think Logan. I look at Jean Grey and I think Jean Grey, but I look at Cyclops, I think there's Scott, like Claremont built so much character into there that it didn't feel like a superhero book all the time. Like these were real characters that were doing the superhero thing sometimes. It was, I think X-Men, when Claremont was writing it, was just a really good combo. Anton, there are other comics besides superheroes out there. There's horror comics and all kinds of other things. Give a look at your local comic shop. They'll let you know and support them. See, that would be cool. I do need to stop in a comic shop at some point. The one that we have here, I don't know. It's not very big, but I think Lee's point, I mean, I'm not going to put words into his mouth, but my guess is none of the huge publishers are doing those kinds of books. And it would be better if the huge publishers were doing those as well, just to keep people that are into other things interested in the medium. Mr. Manson, Conan comics are the best right now. Dang. Pixelated, what do we make of Doom still being available at Mezco? Is it too expensive to sell out? Doom actually was up for a long time when he was initially revealed. When his first release was up for a long time. So I don't think we make anything of it yet, but if he's still available when it's ship out time, now we're going to start to think about things. Mr. Manson, Energon Universe is good also. I know. Anton, what channel is Darkwing's magical girlfriend? Boy, I got nothing. I've got nothing on that. All right, let's see here. Well, go, yep, I still suck at checking my messages. All right, which pick was it? Let me. Very nice, Mr. Madsen. Ah, good times. You gotta love a throwdown. Outback, I love this comic series called Sleeper by Ed Brubaker. Ooh, Ed Brubaker was awesome. I remember reading a few of his Batman books. Let's see, it's a bit of an undercover thriller kind of story set in a semi-realistic world that includes super-powered characters. I wonder, it's called Sleeper, huh? And I do remember enjoying Ed Brubaker's writing. That might be one to check out as well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was the guy that was the art student, the artist and all that, and I still thought writing was more important in comics than the actual pictures. Now, if the pictures sucked, that obviously hurt the comic. But yeah, I remember Brubaker's stuff being really good. I like that. I loved Claremont stuff. I'm trying to think of some of the better writers out there. What do we got? I enjoyed Mark Waid stuff for quite a while. Yeah. The run, oh God, what was the guy's name that did like the 10-year run on Captain America? Grunwald. I thought that was pretty good also. And I do think of him when I said that I think of Cyclops as Scott and all that. I still think of Cap as Cap, but at the same time, I think Grunwald did a really admirable job with Captain America. He's the guy that brought in Serpent Society. He's the guy that brought in U.S. Agent. Like a lot of stories about Captain America were done by Mark Grunwald, except for The Winter Soldier. Let's see. Outback Brubaker, let's see, made another cool series called Criminal. I gotta look up his stuff, obviously, because I've been out of the comic game for way too long. Star, gotta go, guys. Got a meeting in 20 minutes. Oh no. Love the show tonight, Dave. Good fortunes and safe travels, gang. Until next time. Until next time, Star. Have a great night, man. Always appreciate you stopping by. And don't worry, Flint will save the world from the GOA. It's gonna happen. Okay. Now, what else we got here? What else is everybody thinking? What else is everybody talking about here? Have a good one, Star. Catch you next time. Heck yeah, man. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a crazy time. It's been a crazy 2026 already. Yeah. Pixelated made some points about the Paramount thing. I think either way, we might be hosed, but I hope not. I really hope that Batman and the Looney Tunes and the rest of DC and everything else they've got on Warner Brothers is treated with real respect, and that somebody makes the conscious effort to just give us good stuff again. But who knows? Maybe Hollywood has outlived its prime. Maybe it's done now. Maybe it just shouldn't be a thing. Sometimes that happens with all kinds of industries. People wouldn't be too happy to hear that, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't know. Pixelated, the Gong Studios Hush is a gateway to wanting a full-on cloth Hush line. See, that scares me. That worries me greatly. That would be bad. That would be bad. Oh, I've heard that he's really good. Is it UPF showed the Hush Batman too, right? InArt hasn't done that yet, correct? Because I still obviously love my Mofex, but if something happened and somebody made a better one, I mean, I'd keep the Mofex just because that is the figure that made me jump ship into really good stuff and helps me appreciate figures like that. Companies can still make guys like this at a reasonable price point. It does help me with that. But yeah, I don't. So many good Hush figures. Ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. I need to know things. I need to know about Mofex. I need to know what's going on as far as pricing. I need that to get all fixed. I need to find out if tariffs are going to be a thing now for all these collecting things, or if not, I need to turn Toypixx and BotPix into this crazy conglomerate that is on the internet all the time. And I think if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need some help. Oi, it's been a crazy night. Oh, and check this, guys. This is fun too. And not everybody's into this so much, but I had to do it. It had to be done. I was missing one prime that was out and about, and I finally fixed it. I finally got me a Star Optimus Prime. And I get what people say about, I don't know, man, I don't think he's worth the 150. I'm not sure he's worth the 150, but I am sure he's a lot of fun. Like this thing's a beast and just a good time. Like, oh, and he's got ratchets pretty much everywhere. Like this guy can move like mad. He's so good, in fact, that it makes me want to get the DNA kit to just make him absolutely perfect. Now, yes, for 150, I wish that Hasbro had made him more perfect. But from what I keep hearing, ratchets are expensive, and ratchets are everywhere on this guy. Like the shoulder is ratcheted, the elbow is ratcheted, the hips are ratcheted, the knees are ratcheted, the waist is ratcheted. I mean, there's a lot of ratchets going on. So if they really are more expensive to make, then yeah. I mean, on the other hand, I tend not to believe what Hasbro tells people to say. but this is just a fun figure. I gotta say, the only downside with this guy is he had to come with this guy. The irony. Prime's murderer has to come with him. Makes me sad. Anywho, what have we? Anton, my favorite new Batman series that has been for the last couple of years was the War of Jokes and Riddles. That was a really good story. I have not heard of that at all. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Apparently, I've been here a little bit today. I gotta catch up. This is no good. No good at all. All right, let's close that down. We can close this down. And I think, I'm pretty good to go. If anybody has anything else they want to pipe in with, we still have 10 minutes going. But if not, we can call this one early, and I will catch everybody Monday. Look for all those other videos, of course. I don't know if you've already covered this on the channel, but does anyone have any tips to fire up your inspiration when it comes to toy photos? Sometimes I find it a little difficult to get inspired. It's tough, man. Like, I've been talking a lot around here where everything I do has to be creative, and it's hard to keep your brain going in that way. So I think, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a good answer for you. There's like every day I try to take a photo, every day, Monday through Friday. The weekends I try and chill. And sometimes I'll tell you, one of the things that helps me when I just can't, and this is giving away a little secret when it comes to the prompt photos, by the way, gang, when I just can't, and I'm trying and I'm working to try and come up with an idea, whatever, that's when you'll see the prompt, your action figure close-ups of photo thread. So if I can't come up with some kind of crazy photo idea, or I'm running low on time, then what happens is I just grab a figure, I zoom right in on them. That way the background doesn't matter so much. I might have something in the foreground, but I zoom right in on their heads, like their heads, maybe their chest a little bit. But overall, this takes up a lot of room, and it's just your action figure close-ups, and I shoot and I throw it in Photoshop, done. Like when I'm really having a hard time trying to come up with something, I know that the close-ups are always there for me to do. So maybe that'll help you out back. You just look at a figure that maybe you haven't shot in a while, pick it up and stand it up and just zoom right in on it and take the pic. I hope that helps. I don't know. That's what I do when I have real hard time coming up with something. Whew. Take care, y'all. Take care, Skew. Yes, the Conan comics are really, really good. Dang, guys. I keep hearing the Conan comics from you, of course. Let's see. And then the Energon comics. Anton, you can catch up on Absolute Batman, Dave. There's, let's see, 2 trades available. I've heard good things. I try not to veer outside of the main continuities, but I've heard so many good things about that one. Pixelated, for inspiration, I go back to the source. I watch favorite movies, TV shows, etc. Reread comics. Sometimes I just go through IG and watch behind-the-scenes stories to see new ways to get pics. Nice. See, that's not bad either. And something that I was taught way back when that I don't use enough is if you're really trying to come up with something and you just can't do it, just get up and walk away. Just like go for a little mini walk if you're able, and then try to just shut your brain down so you're not thinking about it. And in theory, an idea will come to you. And when I've done this, most of the time that does happen. Sometimes it doesn't, but it's probably in part because it's hard for me to shut off my mind when it comes to something I've really been trying to figure out. Let's see. Honestly, that's a cool idea. Thanks. I'll have to keep it in mind. Yeah, I like it. It helps me a lot. But I think what Pixelated said there has a lot of merit as well. Like sometimes what I do, where I'm lucky, is because I'm in an office where I'm just working on my own. I can sit there and play whatever music going that might help jog my memory or help jog any kind of creativity, where I'll say Ziggy, because like I said, I think I told you guys last time, I don't call mine an echo or the A word or anything. I call it Ziggy. And I say, just play some fun music. And last time she played it, I got songs from all kinds of different eras. So maybe if you just think, man, I really want just a fun shot, maybe listening to some music that's like that, game on. Or you want a sad shot, play me some sad music, Ziggy. But there's all kinds of ways to go about it. I'm just trying to think of things that have worked for me, because as much as I sit there and say that, maybe playing fun music if you want a fun shot is the way to go, I generally have fun music on anyway. So if the picture's a little goofy, that's probably what was going on. So yeah, that part less helpful for me, less helpful. The practical tip for me, do the close up and walk away if you can. Now, what have we? All right, guys, we're at 8:25. If anybody else has any quick photo questions, that would work out too. Kyrus, I saw a cool smoke machine they use in photo shoots for action figures, but it's probably very expensive. I need something, but I'm in an enclosed area in a basement. Like, I don't have a vent that's going outside. Though I know smoke machines, like if you use the water-based, it probably wouldn't be too bad. But I do need something. I've got the atmosphere aerosol here, but I feel like it coats stuff somehow. But I do want to, a fog machine would be key. Like I have a haze effect that I created using Midjourney, or that I prompted using Midjourney. And if you guys see a lot of digital haze looking effects on my pictures, that's pretty much it. That's the best haze effect that I've been able to prompt out of it. So I use that a lot when I need it. But there are those effects that digital effects just can't do, Anton, remember, everybody stay safe, stay warm. There's more snow on the way, unfortunately. And everybody, buy more comics, buy more action figures, and always have fun. Anton, you too, sir. And now that you say that, I want to look real quick, because I don't think, at least in this forecast, it shows snow. Okay, it shows snow on Sunday, which would make sense with how cold it's supposed to be. It shows it on Saturday as well. Good Lord, I'm using the live stream to look at weather. Ladies and gentlemen, I have now hit lame. That was terrible. My apologies. Pixelated, I have used some of those fog effects. Nice. Outback, I know there's no miracle fix or anything, but just figured I'd ask people with more experience. Always happy to learn more. Yeah, it's a tough, some questions are tough. Like, coming up with inspiration is, I've been watching some things where they talk about motivation, right? How do you stay motivated? And most people just say, you can't just stay motivated. You just got to power through. But with this being just fun and a hobby and all that stuff, you don't want to just power through. You want to wait till you're really motivated. But if you want to get something out there and not wait, the close-ups work. Kyrus, what's in the box? What's in the box? I have my Super Musk. This is part of the Super Musk. The other box is out in the main office area, because I didn't want to bring both boxes in here. But yes, that's what's going on. I'll be recording a video for that. Hopefully have 2 videos actually up on Tuesday and Wednesday. So if I don't, I promise you it was the plan, but something happened. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. All right, guys, I would say it's about time to call this one. So you all know the drill. You could have done anything tonight, but instead you chose to hang out here with all of us, and I greatly appreciate it. So until next time, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya. And this is the awkward part where I hit end stream once, then twice.